that was expected. You know what I'm saying? Not exactly how I planned it or thought it was gonna go, or I didn't plan it, but not exactly how I thought it was gonna go, but still expected. You know what I'm saying? What's up, man? It's your boy Mambo with the Big Dog Command Room, and we here, like, you know what I'm saying. Eagles up up on us in the division, 24-8. Uh, Man, it just be tough and tough to watch this game. This team, like, this team is such an anomaly to me. I can't even talk. I really can't. This team is such an anomaly to me. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, just every year, like, you know, the best on paper. You know what I'm saying? Look out for them. You know, they might splash things up, and just like every time, like, you know what I'm saying, we end up doing stuff like this. And we can't blame the defense. How we gonna blame the defense? They tried. You can't blame Jack Del Rio. You can't be like, oh, Jack Del Rio did this and that. No, it won't him. It wasn't the defense at all. I'm gonna get to that. With the offense, man. We got first round picks. You know what I'm saying? All this stuff. And I'm doing this late, like it's nighttime. The night game is about to come on, cause I had to just take a nap, bro. Like, you know, one, cause the weekend was long, and then two, just like watching this team just drains me when we're not playing, and also you saw first week I'm charged up, I'm ready to do this thing right away. You know, but watching this game, like I wasn't even mad. I wasn't even mad, and that's how you know it's a problem. You ever seen somebody when they like when you start arguing with somebody? And, like, you know what I'm saying, like, they not, you yelling and you arguing or whatever, or the other person's arguing and yelling at you, and you start just like just being quiet. That's how you know it's a, like, you know, that's a problem. You know what I'm saying? That's on the other side of it. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm at that point where it's like I'm not even mad anymore. I'm just like, you know, cause yeah, if it come down to that, like, you know what I'm saying, I'm just saying, like, if it come down to that, I'm quiet, and like, you know, I'm beyond, like, you know, words and stuff like that. It's time to go. You know what I'm saying? But that's not, like, you know, I wish I could play, or I wish I could help people have the heart, like, you know what I'm saying, to, you know, turn up. You know what I'm saying? I don't know if we really have that voice on offense, like, you know what I'm saying, where it's like somebody has that fire to be like, oh, we're gonna get it together. We're gonna get on our stuff and get the ball rolling. But yeah, man, I I don't know, man. It's just a lot. Like, you know, really frustrating. You know what I'm saying? But I like, you know, I mean, it wasn't like I wasn't expecting that. I told y'all this was the first L that I was predicting from us. And yeah, man. Let me get into it. Like, you know what I'm saying? The defense, man. Y'all the only ones. You know what I'm saying? Only ones keeping us, like, you know, somewhat competitive. Like, you know what I'm saying? D-line, great job. I don't even have my phone. Y'all bear with me for a second. Excuse me. Sorry. It's a lot, man. Let me look at his stats, man. Cause the D-line did well. I thought we was gonna get run over like 10 times a Sunday. You know what I'm saying? And before I even get into the defense, man, I told him I'd do it because he asked me. Shout out to my boy PK, man. You know, all the way from the land of Be More. You know what I'm saying? Them Bama's up that way. I'm messing with you, man. But Like, somehow he from B-more, but he's the Eagles fan and a Baltimore fan. I don't know how that worked, how that go on, but you know what I'm saying. Shout out to him. He got the dub. Called me, bothering me. You know what I'm saying. While I'm just, like licking my wounds and stuff like that. I'm my shoulder bad. I done got messed up out here. On the battlefield. Like what I'm saying, as a commander. Like but shout out to him, man. But yeah, bro. Our defense, man. Wow, I'm not even looking at the box score, and Miles Sanders only had 46 yards. I love to see that. You know what I'm saying? They only had 72 yards on the ground. Last year they ran like 200 yards on us, like that first game. We also didn't have all our players. I feel like if we had all our players and stuff like that, we didn't have Cam Curl, we didn't have nobody. Like what I'm saying? Only person we had was Landon, and he got injured, so it was just like downhill from there. So Jalen Hurts only had 20 yards. Defensive line. Defensive line. Amazing. Night and day. Without all our players. Without Fedarian Mathis. Without Casey Toohill. Wise. Like Wise too. Like he's a dog. But bro, phenomenal. So proud of y'all, man. Especially my boy Big Payne. Pay that man. Stop that. It don't even feel right. Honestly, it doesn't feel right to not have Payne. Like, if we finally decide we want to win and go to the playoffs or go to the Super Bowl, whatever, you know what I'm saying? It just wouldn't feel right without Big Payne, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying? You got the brothers on the inside, the big Bama wall, and all four defensive line thing. It just wouldn't feel right. It was just like, when they was talking about trading to get Russell Wilson or Aaron Rodgers or somebody. Oh, we're going to trade Chase Young away. We're going to trade Chase Young away. It wouldn't feel right, like, for us to trade Chase Young. Chase Young was the first player drafted in Ron Rivera's era, if I'm not mistaken. And it just wouldn't feel right not to have him. You know what I'm saying? It wouldn't feel right to not have Ted. It wouldn't feel right not to have, anybody on that line. Like, you know what I'm saying? I know other pieces going to change. I'm going to get to that. But it just, you know what I'm saying? Like, just keeping that nucleus of players, like, you know what I'm saying? All of them are dogs, like, in their own respect. And Payne is stepping up, man. And he's hungry, you know what I'm saying? And I feel like he's not the type of person that, like, if he get paid, he just going to rest on his laurels. He's going to go even harder, just like Jonathan Allen did, like, when he got his contract. So I can't wait for Allen to get healthy and get back, you know what I'm saying, and turn up. Shout out to FL Bada, too, for getting his first sack of the season. Yeah, man, it was good. Like, they kept Jalen Hurts in the pocket. They kept him contained. I mean, a lot of times, surprisingly, like, and then somewhat to the Eagles' credit, they kind of kept Jalen Hurts in the pocket and had him passing. Like, you know what I'm saying? They really tried to push the ball downfield. So that was impressive on their end, you know what I'm saying? But I'm not about to, like, the Eagles, I'm not about to be on them, like, boo, y'all suck. Y'all beat us, but y'all suck. Yeah, man, like, you know what I'm saying? Everybody played well from what I saw. And they didn't disappoint me, at all, like, on the line. Trying to think. Yeah, man, linebackers, bro. Yeah, I did not know that Cole Holcomb was the leading tackler for us, you know what I'm saying? I wouldn't have known. Like, I don't be seeing him, but I feel like, he started to flash, you know what I'm saying? I started to see him more. He seemed like he was a little bit more comfortable. Yeah, man, did his thing. I didn't see no problem from the linebackers. Jamin did well when he was in. They took him out a couple times, like, you know what I'm saying, for run fits. But, that wasn't our issue, you know what I'm saying? The mid-range game wasn't our issue. Like, Jamin, he overran some stuff like that Dallas Goddard touchdown, like, you know what I'm saying? He could have, like, he ran over the top instead of, like, kind of, and got pushed out of play instead of, like, blowing that blocker up and give it to him. Like, I wish there would, like, I would desire more aggression from him, like, in that respect. But other than that, man, I don't know. I had to watch it again. Like you know what I'm saying. Dang. I had to watch that game again to see, how everything was, from that perspective. But I the running backs didn't really get light on them. Like there wasn't a whole bunch of like crazy screens, ran against us. Like we used to get tore up by the Eagles with screens. Like I couldn't stand it. Like for years, especially when Andy Reid was here. Boy, we couldn't defend a screen to save our lives. It was like we never knew what that was. Like it was like some magical flicker, like what I'm saying, that they was just doing. And we was like, why don't we know how to? When did they start doing that? But yeah, man. Linebackers did well. Shout out to. It's not technically it's related to defense, but special teams, like what I'm saying. Shout out to David Mayo with the hits, man. He was popping people out there on kickoff, return, punts, whatever. Like what I'm saying. Like my man was like getting to it. So shout out to him. Usually I have negative things to say about David Mayo, but he did well. Yeah, man. Secondary. Cam, it's good to see you back. It was a little weird. I don't know why. I don't know. Maybe it was just me. It was just weird seeing Cam out there. Like, he looks different. Like, what I'm saying? I don't know. Maybe he's bigger or something. I don't know. He looked different in the uniform, too. That was my first time seeing him in the uniforms. Like, actually playing, like, in the regular season. I don't really. We wore white, yeah, but it was just weird seeing him. Like, but it's good to see him. I'm happy to see him. Like, just getting him back in the rotation. You know what I'm saying? It was just like similar to Wild Goose. It was like, and also I don't know why in the world we had Wild Goose running with like Devontae Smith, and Quez Watkins and stuff like that. Like, I wish you would have had Castro Fields out there or somebody that can run with them. Like, I don't even know how fast Wild Goose can run, but he like didn't cook, like what I'm saying. I didn't see anything bad from Derek Forrest. He came in for a little bit. They got to figure out a way to get all of them on the field. Derek Forrest, Cam, and Bobby McCain. You know what I'm saying, or Presley Weller, whoever. That's a person I wish they would have done. Like what I'm saying, like at least try him. Like doing some man on them. He runs a 4-3. I have him do something like run with the man. You know what I'm saying? Prepare for that. Have the decent matchup. We know Quez Watkins is gonna get down the field. That's what he was doing in Mississippi. Is it Southern Mississippi? The school that he was at. Like, let me not just like. Let me see. Southern Miss. Yeah. Whole time he didn't have no receiving yards. But his presence like caused us to like really mess up drives. Like what I'm saying, that pass interference brought them down the field. I feel like we played extremely well. Like against them for what it's worth. They was dropping 30. The pass. Hold on. Let me look at that, James. The past 2 games they have scored 24 points. Of 24 points or up. First game they scored 38. This last game they scored 24, and then they scored 24 this. So easily average like 24 points. You know what I'm saying? So for us to just give that up and them not even scoring in the second half, some of that is probably just a product of them just letting up on us. But like what I'm saying, for what it's worth, our defense kept us in the game. Like Bobby McCain did well. Some of the stuff like he was just. It wasn't like if he ran a 4-3, like stuff might have been different. But I'm not about to blame him. He was in his coverage. I didn't see him out of place. He was doing his responsibility. He's coming from. We had too high, like that time where Devontae Smith caught that over Kendall Fuller down by like inside the 10 or inside the 5. He had his side of the field to hash. It had 2 deep safeties and stuff like that. Derek Forrest kind of rolled down, and Bobby McCain had to come from one side of the hash on the other side, and come all the way and run over top, like to run with Devontae Smith. And he's a couple steps late, but it's like Kendall Fuller was running with him, and like got cooked, like and so that wasn't really his fault. You know what I'm saying? Like in a sense, you know what I'm saying? Like, cause it's just like realistically, how do you expect him to get there like that fast? You know, so that was that from the safeties and stuff. I'm using this. I'm trying to think of all the players. I mean, Wild Goose, bro. Like, you know, it's his first time. He had a lot of pass interference stuff. Like, I'm just like, bro, you know what I'm saying? But you know, that could have been Danny Johnson. You know, like I was saying before, like that could have been Danny Johnson. That could have been Corn Elder. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's not like we got some barn burners, like, you know, at corner and stuff like that. You know, so it is what it is, man. But I was saving the corners for last. Night and day. Baby, let me tell you when I think about you night and day. Kendall Fuller, man. Love the boy. Love the boy, man. From like a nostalgic perspective, like, you know what I'm saying? From like a loyal perspective, like it's like he on the squad, so he the boy, like, you know, he's my dog, you know what I'm saying? But gosh, if he hasn't become such a liability for us, bro. He used to be one of the best players on our secondary when he was first here and when he came back, you know what I'm saying? But good Lord. I wish, like, them having A.J. Brown was a problem for us. And he only had 75 yards, which is not bad. It's a solid game, you know what I'm saying? But he didn't really demolish us like that. It was Devontae Smith doing some stuff like he used to do at Alabama, bro. That man had 200 yards in the national championship game and could have had more in the first half. And could have had more if he didn't break his finger. And did the same stuff with us. He probably could have had 200 more yards. You know what I'm saying? He could have had 200 yards this time. But we just kind of like, you know, changed the game plan. I wish they didn't have A.J. Brown, so Benjamin St. Juste could have guarded Devontae Smith more. But it was rough. Kendall Fuller, man. And it was sad because it was just like Jalen Hurts was really sitting. That was the thing. Okay, I will say that with the defensive line. I wish he would have got to Jalen Hurts a little bit quicker. You know what I'm saying? Like a little bit more. He was just kind of back there chilling, like, you know, in the pocket, like, you know, enough time for like, you know, Devontae Smith, Quez Watkins, all them to get down the field and get the ball, like, you know what I'm saying. So that was the thing. I would say that's my only knock on the defensive line. You know, as far as that, you know, pass rush was kind of weak in that regard. But man, he was literally Jalen Hurts was literally sitting there back there playing jackpot. It's like it was never no, like, you know, like crazy cerebral, like, you know, dissecting our offense, defense and stuff like that. It was literally him just sitting back there, throwing the ball up, and just 500, 200, 1,000, jackpot. You know, just literally just throwing it. And Devontae, like, he was that one kid, like, you know, at recess or something like that, just had the highest vert and was just killing everybody with getting the ball. You know what I'm saying? Kendall Fuller was a victim of that. You know what I'm saying? It was just like, oh my gosh. He got burnt so much I couldn't even, like, you know, like, it was just like, you don't want to get mad. It was just like, it was expected because, like I say every week, Kendall Fuller's going to get burnt. But this game, it was like, you know, because sometimes he get burnt and then he'll make some plays to make it up. But this time it was just like, oh my gosh, like, if we could just have somebody else sit there and go play corner, like, you know what I'm saying, like, he need to get benched, like, for that. Like, you know, for real, we didn't have nobody else. Like, we had William Jackson. That hurt us. Because it's just like, you know, but it shows, like, you know what I'm saying, how bad we need a number one corner. Like, you know what I'm saying, we need to draft a number one corner. And it's not even something that's up for debate. We cannot settle and be like, oh, we like the guys that we have here. They just have to execute and listen to what we gotta say. No, we need some top end speed, lockdown corner type play. We need that dude from Georgia. You know what I'm saying? Like shout out to Rico. You know, he always talking about Georgia, but the dude from Georgia, I forget his name. It's like Sally or something. Sally. I don't know. I forget, but he's a freshman, so that's gonna be a few years. We can't wait that long. We can't wait that long to get him, but I wish we could get him, like, cause he's tough. But yeah, man. Like I said, with the night and day reference, Benjamin St. Juice. It's good to see him back on the outside, man. I missed him on the outside. He's a dog. I just wish he'd just catch an interception. Like you talking about somebody being in play so much that he could just like he probably could have had like 3 interceptions this game, just off the strength, because he was just in play so much. But he just like he just loves swatting that ball. Like, you know what I'm saying. So I'm not gonna be mad at it. Like, you know what I'm saying. I'd rather him just swat the ball away than get mossed on. Like, you know what I'm saying, 20 million times like Kenneth Fuller. Like, I'd rather it be like that. You know what I'm saying. Benjamin St. Juice, man. Lockdown, literally. Close the vault. Lock it down. You know what I'm saying? Every time. Like, I don't even know if he got cooked like that. I think he got caught on like one time. But other than that, bro, every time they threw, and it was the same players. Devontae Smith, A.G. Brown, you know, Quez. Every time they threw to his side, nothing happened. Nothing. Shut down, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know, and he ran with him down the field. Boom. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, coming across, like, you know, on that sideline thing, I think they tried to do a comeback or like a hitch or whatever. And then St. Juice went through him and, like, you know, got a knockdown. And his coverage was so good. Usually, you know how, like, his coverage was so good. You know, usually, like, when a cornerback is, like, you know, never turns his head around, like, they call it pass interference, which I was scared of. I thought it was called. But his coverage was so good, they didn't even call it pass interference when he didn't turn his head around. Like, he didn't even turn his head around. He just, like, you know what I'm saying? And he got to be careful with that, because they probably, other refs might call that on him. Like, you know what I'm saying? But for right now, his technique is so sound, and, like, his ball, PK. Anyways, you're right, PK. But, like, yeah, I mean, I played corner a little bit, so you're right, you know what I'm saying? But it's like, bros, it is night and day, man. It's like, like, you know, but I could talk about that for, like, days now. Kenneth Fuller is becoming a liability for us. Our secondary has been a liability for the past decade and a half. Like, you know what I'm saying? Ever since Sean Taylor went away, we haven't found nobody back there, like, you know what I'm saying, to cover our tail, you know, in, like, years. We had O.J. Otawa, Reed Doughty. It's like, all these players, like, you know what I'm saying, my favorite, like, you know, Laurent Landry and DJ Swearinger, man, like, you know what I'm saying, but those are strong safeties. And oh my gosh, Laurent Landry at free safety, oh, just as bad, like, you know. But yeah, man, our secondary has been such a liability for us. I feel like this time, like, you know, having Bobby McCain is a solid thing. We don't have to really worry about him like that, you know what I'm saying? He's gonna be in place. That's a peaceful thing, you know. Some of the best coverage I've seen, like, back there is Jeremy Reeves, very smart, like, you know, very sound. I just wish he was bigger. Like, if he was bigger, he'd be starting for us. Like, he was 6'2", 6'3", like, you know what I'm saying? Maybe he's 6 foot, like, I don't know if he's 6 foot, like, not to play him, but just saying. It would be a different ball game. But it's just that one side, bro. You know what I'm saying? Let's just throw to his side and just chuck it up. That's literally all he was doing, bro. I don't even think he read the coverage. Like, he just like, well, he's down there. Like, he beat him. Let me just throw. Because there was other times he overthrew players. Like, you know what I'm saying? It was just like, you know, the dudes was beat. Like, he just overthrew them. Just chucking it up. But I'm not about to dwell on that. Like, you know, the defense, y'all kept us in it. Y'all, at least y'all just had At least y'all had a daggone, like, care in the world, like, to against that, you know what I'm saying? So, it is what it is, man. Offense. Why do we look like, 2000, when did he get here? Why do we look like 2000, like, 2009, 10, when we lost, what is his name? Samuel, the tackle. I cannot remember his first name, like, you know what I'm saying? Why do we look like that? Like, when he got injured and we retired and we just couldn't block a daggone thing, like, we couldn't block nothing for, like, 2 seconds we can get a sack, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, why do we look like that now? Masco, what is going on? You're supposed to be our best coach, and we look like we couldn't guard a pee-wee football team. I feel like I could have 10 sacks in a game. You know, the way y'all defending right now. Charles Leno, bro, you are a whole veteran out here and doing 2 false starts. Like, you know what I'm saying? The whole line allowing all these sacks. Sam Cosby looking crazy, like, you know what I'm saying? The middle, like, everybody, like, you know what I'm saying, is looking crazy. It's discouraging, like, even my boy West, like, kind of messed up a couple times, bro. To the point they were just like, oh, he don't be in enough, like, or I'm like, man, I was like, don't disrespect my boy West Spicer, but everybody look bad, like, you know what I'm saying. To the point, like, we could barely get off, like, anything, you know what I'm saying. Bro, I don't know what in the world, bro. Scott Turner, I don't know what you call him. I don't know why you keep still not making adjustments. I thought you were changing up. Because it was funny because, like, the first drive, we were getting down the field. And then just, like, all of a sudden we just, like, just stalled out. And then, like, ever since after like, those first couple drives, like, it was, like, just, again, some of the worst football I've ever seen. And it's like, bro, we have all these weapons and literally cannot just do anything. John Bates, why? Can you catch a daggone ball? Like, what in the world? Like, you know what I'm saying? I'm trying to defend you, John, but you haven't showed me anything in the second year. Like, you know what I'm saying? That had impressed me. Man, bro, it was so bad. Why? We have all these weapons and stuff like that, and like, and we can't throw to nobody. Like, you know what I'm saying? We don't have enough time. How did our offense go from one of our strongest strengths to, like, a liability for us again? It's so frustrating, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying? Can we ever have 2 things to match? Ham, no burger. Kool-Aid, no sugar. Like, you know what I'm saying? All this. I've never got 2 things to match. Mismatched socks, all that. Like, you know what I'm saying? So, let me think, man. Wide receivers. Even the wide receivers. Terry dropping passes. Jahan dropping passes. Like, easy passes. I don't know if Curtis Samuel dropped the pass, but it was just like, he might as well have, like, you know what I'm saying. In my eyes, all the receivers dropped the pass. Like, you know what I'm saying. J.D. McKissick dropped the pass. Gibby running backwards, like, you know what I'm saying. Like, he that going in college. You are not in college. You are not at Memphis. Like, I think they took him out because of that. They took him out of coach time. It was like, bro, come here. Go sit over there. Yeah, I know he did it one time, but, like, he did it early in the game, and I thought he was gonna break it off, like, for, like, a long game. He only gained, like, 6 yards or something like that. But I'm just like, bro, what are you doing? Like, you know what I'm saying? That one who was in the red zone, he single-handedly messed up that drive. I don't think he scored on that drive. He single-handedly messed up that drive. Like, that thing is crazy, man. Yeah, the running backs ain't do nothing for me. Like, you know what I'm saying? They did not do anything for me to move the momentum. 38 yards from Gibb, 22 from Wentz, 13 from Curtis Samuel, 8 from J.D. McKissick. Not good enough. 87 yards. Not good enough. What was I saying? Terry had 102 yards, though. That was impressive. I'm glad he at least got his, like, you know what I'm saying? Terry always go off against the Eagles though, so that's the thing. Um, Everybody else, Curtis Samuel 48, J.B. McKissick 32, X-Men 12, John had 10. Not good enough. Not good enough at all. Yeah, man, like, Terry did get his, but it was just like, but when we needed it, like when he that one pass, like where it was a little too high, but it's just like, bro, you come down with that weird scoring, you know what I'm saying? And we had several opportunities to score, man. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, literally get to the 1 yard line and get it stopped. Impressive by the Eagles, but we better game planning and stuff like that from Scott Turner, you know what I'm saying? Trying to be cute, trying to copy off them, like, and do the little screen or whatever, like, or shoulder pass, like, it's just like, you know what I'm saying? He always doing that, like, he just did it 2 weeks in a row where it's like they did the little reverse and we tried to do a little reverse and then had the little flea flicker type thing with that. Just like, bro, we don't got time to be doing that. To make sure we get something effective, we have to score. There was no sense of urgency, no fire, no passion, no nothing. Like, you know what I'm saying? It was just like, well, this is what we're doing. It was a couple times where it's like it was like, what was it, a 3rd and 2 or 4th and 2? I know it was inside our territory, but I'm just like, bro, at a certain point you had to start going for it. Cause this is not working, bro. You're just conceding and just like, okay, we're just gonna satisfy with a point. We don't have any points at all. And y'all doing this, you know what I'm saying? So, like, it was bad. Tight ends. Logan Thomas had 5 yards. Not good enough. None of it was good enough. Everybody was bad. And the big dog of messing up right now, Carson Wentz. You wet the bed. You soiled the bed. You wet the bed and soiled the bed. I want to use another term, but you seen your ex. You seen your ex, and y'all came to the party, and you seen your ex. Your ex got a new girl. Your ex. Wait, hold on. Your ex got a new man. And the dude doing well for himself, he holding it down, like, you know what I'm saying, luxury car, luxury, all that booty whoop, you know what I'm saying. And you come in here, you bring a shorty, you bring your new girl. Shorty got mismatched socks on. I mean, she got socks on with her heels. She got mismatched earrings on. She got acne craters in her face, you know what I'm saying? Her hair all messed up, you know what I'm saying? She got like side with braids, and then the other, she looked like ODB, you know what I'm saying? Like in the face and in with the hair. And you really thought, oh, I got me a bad dream. I'm gonna bring her to the party and impress her, stun on my ex. Well, your ex won't impress. And everybody at the party wasn't impressed. I won't impress. Your girl is ugly. Nah, but to be serious, like, Carson Wentz, bro, what are you doing? Get rid of the ball. Just throw it away. You know what I'm saying? Like, you holding the ball way too long. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, I didn't really see that many outlets. Why are we not getting him outlets where he can just throw the ball? And even then, when it's like, somebody in the flats, he takes forever to throw it to them. Like, if he throws it to them early, they can run for a minute. He throw it to them when they get to this close to the sideline. And then be like, okay, like, do something. No. we needed to design stuff. It's on Scott Turner. Some of this on Scott Turner. You know what I'm saying? We needed to design. He need to have like two outlets. Like, you know what I'm saying? Not just one, cause he need a safety valve. Cause he be looking downfield trying to do something and get a 24-point touchdown when that doesn't exist. Like, you know what I'm saying? So the offensive line failed him. And he just wasn't good enough, bro. Like, he's out here trying to run around like he's Lamar Jackson or something like that, bro. You are slow. Like, you can get to the first down, but you definitely not Taylor Heineke. I will tell you that. That's one thing Taylor Heineke better at you than, is getting to that daggone power line. He tried to do a little power line dive, bro. It's not good enough. Only one person can do that thing, on this team, daggone Taylor Heineke, bro. He the power line king, with that jam, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying? But you don't got that, in the NFL. I mean, in the Madden bag. You know what I'm saying? So, bro, holding the ball too long. Even you trying to secure the ball, getting the ball knocked out, bro. There are people coming after you. With Josh Sweat, all the dudes, you know what I'm saying? They have dogs, bro. Josh Sweat, Brandon Graham, Brandon Graham, so many, you know what I'm saying? I'm trying to think. What's the other dude? Fletcher Cox. That's what I was trying to think. They have dogs, bro. Hungry. Jordan Davis coming at you, young and hungry. You know what I'm saying? And it was so bad, bro. You were the reason why we lost the game, bro. One of the main ones. Scott Turner and you were just let's figure out how we can game plan to lose this game. And it was balls too high. You know what I'm saying? Holding the ball too long. You know what I'm saying? No awareness in the pocket. It's terrible, bro. I wanted better for you. I wanted you to impress your ex. But yeah, man, definitely not good enough. But like I said, bro, in my pregame thoughts, I didn't expect us to beat them. Just being realistic. I wish it was another way. You know what I'm saying? I hate losing to the Eagles. Not as much as I hate losing to the Cowboys, but I didn't expect us to beat them. So it is what it is. Yeah, man. It is what it is. I want us to do better. Want us to. We got to do better, man. It's gonna be a long season, bro. You know what I'm saying? We can't blame the defense. What are we gonna do? What else can we do if we have all these weapons and we still can't do nothing with it? You know what I'm saying? So it's depressing. It's gonna be a long season, bro. If we don't turn it around, we can't wait till the daggone bye week to daggone be like, oh, we're gonna turn it around. We're gonna make the adjustments. No, we need to make adjustments in game. You know what I'm saying? Ron, you need to be on Scott Turner to make adjustments in game. You know what I'm saying? I don't have nothing to say. I'm not even mad. I'm not emotional about it. You know what I'm saying? It was. My mom was trying to be like, oh, it's okay, Brian. Don't be mad. I'm like, I'm not mad. I'm not mad. I knew this was going to happen, bro. We waited till 2 minutes left in the game to decide we want to score a touchdown. Good job. And then for kicks, you know what I'm saying? When we try to go for 2-point conversion again, we throw a pick. I don't know. Did they count against him too? I wonder if, I don't know. I don't think 2-point conversions count for interceptions. Yeah, they don't. Which is fortunate for him and his stat line. So, 211 yards. If you just looked at it, the box score, 25 for 43. That's just over 50%. You know what I'm saying? 211 yards. Averaging 4.9 yards per pass. That's so bad. Barely, it's not even 5 yards. You know what I'm saying? And we still, it's not good enough, bro. offense was single-handedly, Carson Wentz in the offense was single-handedly the reason why we lost this game. And as much as we want to talk about the defense, how bad it is, they were the only ones that wanted to keep us in this game and do something. So I don't know what we need to do. I don't know. We need to come to Jesus meeting or a moment. I don't know. But man, I don't know what else to say. I wasn't impressed. I don't. Neither did I think I was going to be impressed. I was hopeful. I was hoping that we proved me wrong, proved us wrong, and came out there and made the game, interesting. Like you know what I'm saying. And I thought I was hoping that we kind of did what we did the past 2 weeks and just dropped 21 on them. Like you know what I'm saying, and made it close. Like lost by 3, but we couldn't even do that. The safety was the highlight of our daggone of our game, of the game for us. You know what I'm saying? And Dax Mills' return. Dax Mills could figure out how to stay up when he run, just like J.D. McKissick. Like that might have been a touchdown, and we wouldn't even have to worry about that. I don't know. Did we? We didn't, and we didn't even score off that, bro. We didn't even score off that. So it was just like, good job, So it was such a bad showing. Definitely not impressed at all. And yeah, man. I don't know what else to say. It's your boy Mambo. Like, comment, subscribe. Let me know what you think. Thanks for watching. I really do appreciate it. Let's get it. You know what I'm saying? On to the next one. Beat Dallas. I don't even want to say we won Dallas. Like, you know what I'm saying? I want to beat them. Like, but we need Dallas. We need to beat them so we can stay competitive. So let's make it 2-2. Get it to 500. It's your boy Mambo, Big Dog Command Room. Peace out, man.